Of the evening, and Carl Barney co-founded and sponsored the Atlas Award for the Best Israeli Startup. He also co-founded and sponsored the Ayn Rand Center here in Israel. He founded the Prometheus Foundation to advance the philosophy of Objectivism. He served on several various boards, including the Ayn Rand Institute, the Cato Institute, and the Clemson University Institute for the Study of Capitalism. Despite the ongoing and very many obstacles of the pandemic, Carl has managed to make it here all the way from California. So please give a very warm welcome to Carl Barney.
Thank you very much. Being English, I love your accent.
Most people think we know what we're talking about.
Yes, I can understand you very well. There are three reasons why I think you may like this speech. First, it's going to be short. Second, it's about Israel. And third, it's about you. Now, I live in America. I'm an Englishman originally, and I've admired Israel from afar. And I read the news reports of your struggles in development and your battles, and I cheered your victories. And I was admiring Israel for standing up, fighting back, being strong, being proud. And this was my view from afar. Then I came to Israel, and I went top to bottom, side to side, most everything in the middle. I met a lot of remarkable people, many of them VIPs, very interesting people, very interesting experiences, and that's a whole new talk by itself. But it was an amazing experience. And I got to understand, I got the feeling for Israel, for the people, for the sense of life, for the way Israelis view the world and view this country. And it's impressive. I love the Israeli sense of life. You know, Israel is alive. L'chaim, to life. I visited a lot of countries in the world, and there is no other country in the world like Israel. It's very impressive. Now, Israel is a very small country, just 9 million people, few natural resources, a constant threat of war. And yet, despite all this, Israel has more startups, more successful startups than any other country in the world apart from America. Has more companies on NASDAQ than any other country in the world except for America. But on a per capita basis, Israel blows everybody else away when it comes to successful startups. There's another significant fact. This, I think, is really remarkable fact. The Jewish people make up 0.2% of the world's population. And yet, they've won 23% of Nobel Prizes. 0.2%, 23%, how can you do that arithmetic? It's amazing. And I think our first speaker was referring to innovation, and I think those innovators are the winners of the Nobel Prize Awards. Now, based on these facts and my sense of Israel, I'm going to make an outrageous suggestion. Sometime in the future, I don't know whether it's going to be decades or generations, but in the future sometime, I think it's possible that Israel could become the most successful, the wealthiest, and even the most powerful country in the world. Now, that's not going to be because of your natural resources, but it'll become of your human resources, the energy, the initiative, the resourcefulness of the Israeli people. Israel did not come this far just to come this far. Now to talk about you. That's Israel. Now I want to talk about you. Now there are many kinds of heroes. There are political heroes. There are military heroes, healthcare heroes. Ordinary individuals doing extraordinary things who become heroes. Israel is a land of heroes. Israel was established, developed, and defended by heroes. And you know who they are. Talking of heroes, Atlas Shrugged. It's a book about heroes, but hey, the heroes this time are not politicians or warriors or anybody, they're entrepreneurs, people like the people in this room. They are heroes. And I can tell you this, if you buy Atlas Shrugged and you read it 4 times, you will become as successful as Ken Moelis. I promise you. But the book focuses on the ideas behind entrepreneurship, behind wealth creation. And that's why I support Ayn Rand and the Ayn Rand Center, and I heartily recommend all of Ayn Rand's books and her philosophy to you. All right, so talking about heroes, what makes a hero? Vision, dedication, determination, grit, picking yourself up after failure, 24/7 sleepless nights, being unable to pay the bills, and notwithstanding all of that, despite great obstacles, you become successful. And I think that describes a lot of the people in the room here tonight. And tonight we're going to celebrate heroes. I love the men and women who are making the world a better place for people to live. I love wealth creators. You are wealth creators. And I salute you. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl.